Hello, everybody. We are in Boston, as a lot of people say, and we just wanted to recap our trip that we did today. It's been very busy over the last couple of days, don't you say?
I think we walked over 5 miles today.
A lot of miles, but the feet still look good. So we're good. So today was amazing. So we started out early this morning. We took a trolley tour. I think it's the best way to see cities that you're not used to. You can sit on a warm bus, let them drive you around and talk about some great stuff. So we did that first off, just kind of get a feel of the city. That was fun. What was your favorite part about the trolley tour?
It was warm.
It was warm. That's the first part about the trolley tour. Okay, cool. So we're off to a good start right now. All right. So one of the favorite parts of the trolley tour for me, just learning the different history. So what we've noticed is that the bus drivers that you get from one trolley tour to the next, they all have their own style, and they all tell their history the same way.
And their own jokes.
And a ton of them have jokes, and they have nicknames too. There's a guy from New York that was our first bus driver, and everybody calls him New York as his first name. And then another guy, his nickname was Baldy or Baldy One or something like that. But it's cool. Again, there's a lot to see in Boston, so it's been amazing. A lot of great food. So we had a couple of recommendations that we received from people that we've met that are from here, people that work at the hotel. So they told us, everybody said, go to James Hook. That is the best place to get a crab roll or lobster roll in Boston. It's the best place to get. So we went there. It's a very cozy, quaint place. They get food out of there in and out pretty quickly, but the food was pretty good. What'd you get?
The building's tiny.
The building's very tiny.
Like 20 people.
About 20 people. No, I don't mean to say that many they can get in there. But it's a very tiny place. They have lobsters, crabs all in there when you walk in. A couple of tables inside. They have an outdoor area. I got a lobster roll and a crab cake.
I got lobster bisque.
She got lobster bisque.
Potato salad.
And potato salad and a couple of drinks. So it's really good. It's a good presentation with everything. It's a pretty big company out here, I think in nationwide as well. I did enjoy that. I think their food was pretty good from what we had, okay? So after that, what did we do after that?
We walked to the USS Constitution.
We kind of walked to the USS Constitution.
Yeah, we kind of did. We walked back to the trolley.
We walked back to the bus because it's about 40 degrees out, and that's about a mile and a little bit more of a walk, so we weren't doing that today. So we went to the USS Constitution, and if you don't know about the USS Constitution, it is the oldest commissioned warship in the United States or in the world. It's over 200, it was close to 200 years old. And looking at the quarters of that ship and how people used to live, you got to get comfortable with people. Comfortable. And
there was over 500 people on the ship.
500 people on the ship.
50 Marines.
Yeah.
50 Marines, and then the rest of them were.
They have different branches of the military that were in there. So it was people from service members from the Marines, whatever. It's a lot of people in there. What was interesting, one of the officers or one of the military cadets came to us and started talking to us about this, what they used to do, how they used to put the cargo on this ship and how much work it went into. Then he said, hey, let me show you this back in front of the ship.
He said everybody comes on the ship, but nobody knows what's up here.
Exactly.
So
and they had
well, show us.
Yeah, and they had something blocked off. So we was like, okay. He's like, let me get your phone so I can go take a picture of it. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I'll take a picture of it. So I'm like, all right. So we give him his phone. He climbs over this little embankment and then this barrier, and then what he shows, he takes a picture of it, then he brings it back to us. He's like, so what do you think that is? We're like, I don't know, it looks like a hole. And then
it's a wood board with 2 holes in it.
Yeah, it's a wood board with 2 holes in it.
Over the water
In the front. So he's like, well, the ship's really old, so this is how people used to go to the bathroom on the ship. I was like, oh, okay. So what they had in the front of the ship, they had it cut out. They had 4 holes cut out on both sides. So there's 8 basically bathrooms. So just think of a porta potty, very small, no barriers between anybody. They had 4 holes on each side. And they had 500 people on these ships. So he said, you're going to get comfortable with everybody real quick. I said, yes, you are. And we got a picture of it. So hopefully y'all see that floating around. But it really makes you appreciate what the service members go through back then. And until now, you really cozy and comfortable with the people that you are with over that long haul. So I thought that was really interesting. Then we went down below deck, and I almost fell and busted my head because of the stairs are so small, and people back there are a little bit smaller as well. And so we're walking around hunching the entire time, trying to make our way to one place to the next. One thing that I thought was really cool is there are cannons all on the ship. So there were 22 below and 22 above. And these huge cannons, they weighed thousands of pounds. So the small ones weighed about 3,500. The larger ones weighed about 4,200. And all the cannons had people put nicknames above the cannons on top of them. I thought that was really cool. And I think, what else did we notice about the cannons or even the ship?
There were cots. They were like yachts.
Yeah. So the sleeping quarters, they were like hammocks all in the sleeping quarters, and they're very, very small. So as you went lower in the ship, the smaller it got, and the ceilings got lower. And so instead of for the captains and officers, they had their own kind of more comfortable sleeping quarters, but everybody basically had a hammock. Again, it bless their hearts for doing that and going through it, because it's a lot they have to go through with it. But I thought it was really cool seeing all that stuff. The next thing we got back on the trolley and we headed over to MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. A lot of smart people there, let me tell you.
There's no advertisement that school is even MIT.
Yeah.
And I kept on saying that. Why? How do I not know that I'm on this school? And he said, Brittany, these people are really smart people.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think it's a very unassuming school. So when you get there, you don't see a lot of advertisement like when you go to a larger university or even college that is smaller. Every block you see something hanging up that you're at this college. But at MIT, they don't have anything hanging up like you're at MIT. But the buildings there, the architecture, it's very cool. I think, and what the guy was telling us too, somebody we talked to, is that a lot of companies just recruit all the people from there. Everybody thinks Silicon Valley is the tech hub of the world. It really is MIT. So Google and all your other companies come to the MIT area and recruit students to go work for those companies on the West Coast.
And 97% of the people?
97% of the people that apply get rejected to get in there. So it's very competitive just to get into that school, which you have to have. I understand that. And one thing I did not know is that NASA actually was going to be stationed there. But the reason why it's not, the buildings were all built for it and everything. But the reason why it's not is because JFK got assassinated. And if you don't know, JFK's from the Boston and New England area, the Kennedy family, and he got assassinated. And then his vice president, Lyndon Johnson, is from Texas. So instead of leaving it in Boston, they moved the NASA headquarters down to Houston, Texas, which Lyndon Johnson's from. So I thought that was very interesting as well. And you can see how the pool is for politics. So just know politics run everything. They have a big pool on it. So I think that was very cool. MIT. Then the next place we went to is Harvard. Harvard, everybody
the
knows.
Business side of it.
Business.
From Mr. Business. Boy.
Yeah, I want to see him like, hey, we got to go to Harvard. We got to go to Harvard. All right. And we went. Harvard was beautiful. I think the campus was nice. We stopped at the business school first. It's very clean, pristine, prestigious.
Beautiful buildings.
You can tell that there's just they care a lot about the presentation, everything. It was very welcoming, very warm. We walk up and down the campus of Harvard. I love it. So it was really cool. And then we went to something called the Harvard Square, and we were just sitting there, taking in the scenery. Then all of a sudden, go boom, boom, boom. We're like, what's going on? What's going on? And some crazy, I don't know who it was, but somebody set off fireworks right in the middle of the square. In the middle of the square. In the middle of the square. So we're like, what's going on? So we start running. Actually, I know she started running. I didn't run. I was like, what's going on? I didn't duck or anything. But so after that was done, then all these cops came up and they were like, they with this day and age. They were
questioning everybody.
You're right. So they were looking at everybody, staring them down to see who did it. I don't know who did it. Who knows? But there's a lot of cops there, which is they had a great response time. So we did that. That was fun. Harvard was amazing. Definitely go back to check it out to see some more stuff. But the buildings were all fun. Then where we go after that, Brittany?
The Union Oyster
Oyster House. And a fun fact about the Union Oyster House: it's the oldest restaurant in the United States. Maybe the world. It's almost 200 years old. So it opened in 1826. Very classic restaurant. It's old,
Very small.
very small.
Lots of stairs.
Yes.
The poor waitresses.
Yeah, it's boom, boom, boom. They're running up those stairs hard. So I was like, I know a lot of people fell down these stairs the way people were running up and down it. So that was
delicious lobster.
Yeah, it was
the best.
It was good. It was good. Lobster. So you had New England clam chowder. She had some chowder. I don't like chowder, so I didn't have it. I had some variations of fish, a variety of fish, and so it was really cool seeing the Union Oyster House. The Kennedys actually used to have dinner there or lunch, some type of meal there.
18.
In booth 18 is where they used to sit at. So if you ever go to the Union Oyster House, you can ask to sit in booth 18. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, but you can ask. But it was really good. I thought it was something that was in history. It was fun to visit that. The next place that we checked out was right across the street down there. It was a Holocaust memorial for the Jewish people that were killed in the World War. And there was, in the way they signified everything, they had 7-digit numbers for, I think it was it's like 2 or 3 million.
There's a million on each slab, and there's 6 slabs.
6 slabs, yeah. So and so there's 7-digit numbers because they were the identifying numbers for the prisoners that were in the concentration camps that were over in Europe. So they have 6 green silos for the 6 different concentration camps that were in Europe that held the Jewish people at that time. So that is very interesting. When you go up toward it, it's crazy seeing how many numbers were there. So that was really cool. And then after that, we went to, what was the place called we went to after that?
Yanni's?
Yvonne's. Well, we went to Yanni's for Brittany. Me, it's Yvonne's. Okay, it's a speakeasy that we went to. Yanni's is a new name for it. I don't know this person. Anyway, so it was this speakeasy that we went to. It was really cool. What's unique about this is that Yanni's really unique. Yvonne's, I mean, what's unique about it, they have different people in time, and they have with very unique paintings of them. So you have to go and check this place out. We really couldn't get a lot of video inside of there or any.
It was very dark.
Very dark in there, very intimate. But it was fun. It's a great atmosphere. I would go back. I had a great old fashioned. I'm a big fan of old fashioned, so we had a drink there. Took a couple of pictures, and that was it. So we definitely go back with people and some friends. Yanni's. A new place. So that was our day. So this is the second day we've been in Bahston. And yesterday we were just doing some running around and everything. But this is our second day here. Absolutely fabulous city. A lot of a mixture of the old and the new. My favorite thing about the city so far is just
the architecture is amazing.
Architecture is great. I like history. I'm a big history person. So just finding out a lot about the history in the Boston area, I think that was really cool. What was your favorite part?
The architecture.
The architecture.
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen all the buildings.
All right. Yeah. So it's a great place to visit if you have not been to Boston before. I definitely encourage you. There's so much stuff that we still want to do going forward. But that's day 2 for us. We'll have some videos popping up here and there. Also some pictures. If you guys want to ask questions about anything that we saw or any recommendations for next time we go to Boston, please put it in the comments. We would love to hear from everybody. But that's it. So we'll see you later. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. We have fun at Yvonne's. All right. See you guys later. Have a great night.
Bye.